I think courage is the quintessential trait that leads to everything else. You have to first have courage. You have to have courage to quit your job. You have to have courage to get rejected. If you don't first have courage, nothing else follows. Again, it's not are you courageous or not, it's how courageous are you. It's not a binary. I have courage because I have done things that have required it.
It takes courage. It takes courage to have a difficult conversation. Growth takes courage. Learning takes courage. Like this takes courage.
Courage isn't for somebody else, for medals, applause, or moral debts. Courage is what at that moment feels most right for you. One great philosopher says, cowards die many times before their deaths. The valiant never taste of death but once. What does that mean? That valiant people aren't afraid? No. It means that they experience that fear and they move forward. Move forward anyhow. Many people are dead now. Many people are allowing their dreams to die. Many people are allowing their ideas to lie dormant and collect dust. Many people have all this talent and ability that they are allowing to be buried inside of them, that they will take with them to their graves because they didn't have the courage to be who they are. And I say, as you begin to look toward the future and manifesting your greatness, it's going to take everything in you, that your life deserves the concentrated effort to begin to look at how is it that I can express more of me? How is it that I can bring my ideas out here now? How is it? And start living with a sense of urgency, because you're here today, you're gone today. Life is unpredictable. It's uncertain. There are no guarantees out here at all. So holding back, what are you waiting on? Ask yourself, what's the benefit of your waiting? What's the benefit of your not living your dream? What's the benefit of not listening to yourself?
And for many of you, the reason why you haven't gotten up yet is because you still think failure is final. Fear sedates us. Fear immobilizes us. Fear imprisons us. You gotta break out of that prison of fear and see yourself winning in the same place that you lost. Show me somebody who has achieved greatness. And if you pull up their past, I promise you'll see some failures and some lessons learned. If we can change our perspective on failure, our lives will never be the same. Stop telling yourself you're not good enough. Stop telling yourself you don't have what it takes. If you want your future, get up now!
I'm getting up, and I'm gonna do this again. I'm getting up, and I'm gonna try this again. And I'm gonna try it again, and I'm gonna try it again. I was made to walk in purpose and to fulfill destiny. I was not created for the prison of fear.
Courage is the most important of all the virtues, because without courage, you can't practice any other virtue consistently.
It's an emotion that you can't fake. If you fake bravery when you're terrified, that is bravery.
Well, you should be afraid of taking risks and pursuing something meaningful. But you should be more afraid of staying where you are if it's making you miserable.
Winning will cost you everything, but will reward you with so much more. It's going to cost you everything.
Courage is something that rubs off on other people. I think it's enormously to be desired to be around courageous people. And that might be different types of courage, some of it physical, some of it mental. Surround yourself with courageous people, or at least not cowards, not cretins, not the sort of people who just say the same things that everyone's meant to say and so on. There's many ways people can get out of this non-life that they are being shunted into.
Can you do what is required to fulfill your purpose? Can you do what it takes? Can you implement? Can you execute? Are you disciplined? Are you principled? Do you possess courage to walk in purpose and to fulfill your destiny?
What would your life be like if you decided to become courageous? What would your life be like? If you decided to act on your dream, if you did what you felt in your heart. You know what courageous means? Courage comes from a French word which means of the heart. You know, it takes courage to live. Since most people go through life not allowing themselves to step out because they don't want to let go. They don't want to be blown around. They don't want to be moved. The courage to face life's whirling wind of contradictions. The courage to love yourself. The courage to take a chance. The courage to be who you are.
Be steadfast, immovable, always abounding. Be brave, be strong. Come out of the dark and into the light with everything that you have. Run after it. And you keep giving, and you keep pouring, and you keep believing, and you keep pushing.
It is not the critic who counts, nor the man who points out how the strong man stumbles, or whether doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who comes up short again and again and again, who, in the end, knows the triumph of high achievement, and who, at the worst, if he fails, at least fails while daring greatly.
All right. Good morning, beautiful people. How is everyone doing? Let me know in the chat if you can hear me loud and clear. I see the thumbs up. Let's go. Amazing. Good. It's been 2 weeks. Last week I wasn't able to do my session because of multiple reasons. But here I am back, full of energy and ready to serve you guys with some new price reps, with some value. And yeah, let's see what the market has to offer. All right. First of all, like you guys know, I always start with reviewing the price reps from last week. Let me first get my links ready here so I know which ones it was. I know it was only 6, with a few that were already broke out and also a few that were retesting. But let's just talk about it. Let's just go over it, okay? So the very first one is AUD NZD. This was an orange one. So I've shared this one in the Telegram channel in Discord with the different colors. So let me first clear this up. If you see the price reps with a red flag, that means that the market is still in between our support and resistance zone and that we do not have a breakout yet, okay? The orange list means that we do have a breakout, okay? So ADNZD, if we take a look at our time, you see that this is 8 o'clock Wednesday in the morning. So this was the moment around this area that I sent this out. So I was waiting for a retest. So we got a breakout, but I was waiting for the market to get deeper into the zone to then follow up that breakout, okay? So that's what we see with the orange list, okay? So again, we have the support is here, excuse me. We have the resistance and we have the breakout, okay? So that's what we are searching for, the retest. But this didn't happen. This moved to the upside. This was not yet in place, okay? There we go. Normally you should be seeing my screen, right? Normally it should be good. Yeah, okay. Then we have the blue list. What does the blue list mean? Let me go to one of them. So we have euro pound. Where's euro pound? There we go. Euro pound was already in our zone when I sent this price rep out. So like you can see, we have the resistance, we have the support. Market broke below it, came back, and this is like Tuesday, Wednesday 8. This was around this area that I sent this trade out, or that I sent this pair out. So we were in the zone, and I was basically just watching price action and waiting for the market to show me that it was ready to follow that downside movement because we broke that support zone. So that's the difference between the colors, okay? So red list, no breakout yet, in between the zones, waiting for a breakout. Orange, breakout happened, waiting for the retest. Blue, breakout happened, retest happened, waiting for price action, okay? Then I also use green flags, but that's basically when I'm running the trades, okay? So good. Let's go over what happened last week. So here we see AUD/NZD beautifully came back into the zone. It didn't really retest like the areas of the 1 hour areas, let me say it like that. But if we take a look at that 4 hour, look at that, how the market beautifully filled up that imbalance, beautifully reacted on that 4-hour push up before the drop. So yeah, here, if you were looking and paying attention, you had some beautiful opportunities to react on that. Okay, you see the market slowing down, creating dojis, creating evening stars, excuse me, engulfings on the 30, 50-minute time frame, also engulfing candles. So yeah, there was so many opportunity there to react on AD and ZD on different ways. Even if you use other types of entries, you could definitely take this one to the downside. So the first one beautifully did what I expected. We had a run of a potential of 85 pips, with around a stop loss of 10 to 15 pips, something like that. So 1-on-3 risk to rewards was definitely possible here with this breakout and retest. Okay, so AD and ZD, if you reacted, congratulations, this was a beauty. Okay, next one, Euro pound. What have we seen? So you always need to of course, it's 2 weeks ago, so a lot has happened already. But if you take a look where I sent this out, this was the time I sent this out. Okay, so around 9 o'clock last Wednesday, market was showing already some engulfing candles. If we go to the 30-minute, also engulfing candles. If you go to the 15, also engulfing candles. So if you found yourself a reaction on this area around this time, this wasn't a bad reaction. Okay, market just went a little higher to give us a little deeper retest into our price trap. Is that a problem? No, of course not, because as long as we keep respecting structure, we can still look for downside movements. What do I mean with keep respecting structure? Well, it's the basic market principles. It's just the lower lows and lower highs. As long as we keep respecting these previous highs, we can still look for downside movements. Okay, and that's what we see here on Euro Pound. Market kept creating lower highs, so right over here you still had opportunities to react on that. You had the doji, the evening star, 30-minute time frame, beautiful engulfing candle, 15-minute time frame. You see also engulfing candle. Okay, so if you found yourself a reaction around this area, let's say something like this, put your stop loss above that high, 7.5. I would go for 10, just to make sure the market has room enough. And then take a look where the market went to. Like you can see, almost 40 pips. So a 1-on-3 was also beautifully possible here on Euro Pound. Okay, so the second one, second take profit. Good. Then we have GA. This was a little messy. It took a while. So again, I sent this out around this area. I was looking for the market to get a little lower. There's a reason why I put all these arrows on there, because this was not the trap. The trap was this high with this breakout. Okay, so let me put it or make it more clear. You see the market going higher, reacting on a certain zone, coming back lower, reacting again on support zones. You could draw this out. I didn't do it, but you could. And then the market started breaking all the way up, breaking this high here. Okay, so then we came back for the retest. This is the area I sent out this idea. We came a little lower here, dipped below the low, what I wanted to see, and then the market started moving higher. If you watch price action, so for the people who are following me for a pretty long time already, you know what I'm looking for. 50-minute engulfings and that kind of stuff. We did have some good price action there. Okay, it was pretty hard to react on it. Like you can see, if you had that 50-minute engulfing with your FIP levels, it wouldn't trigger. If you go to the 30-minute time frame, it also wouldn't trigger. If you go to the 1-hour time frame, we didn't have that engulfing candle. Okay, so if you were really looking at candlestick patterns, this was a really hard one to react, or it wouldn't even trigger your reactions. If you are a 5-minute trader, so 5-minute time frames, and you're looking for structure breaks and that kind of stuff, there was some possibility there. Okay, but I'm not even gonna count it. I just say this one didn't trigger. We went to the direction, but it just didn't trigger. Now we went lower again, but that's all noise, let me say it like that. I wouldn't even look at it anymore because our move was this one. Okay, almost exactly like I drew the arrow. So let me delete this. Let's move on to the next one. That's NZD CHF. This one just didn't respect. Okay, live when I was looking at it. No, this is Thursday morning already. When did I send this out? Around this area. Okay, so let me put a line on this. This was around the time I sent this out. So I was just waiting for a breakout. Market broke out, came back to the retest. I was looking for a reaction at this point here because the market was beautifully rejecting, was showing some candlestick patterns, engulfing candles, and so on. 50-minute time frame, same thing. Even the 5-minute, if I'm not mistaken. Let me check. No, 5-minute was a little harder to react on, but like you can see, the market didn't really do something, right? We did reacted like with a few pips, 13 pips, something like that, but then we moved all the way down. So from all the trades, like we have 2 take profits, GA, I don't even count. It was just not a reaction. SDCHF would be a stop loss, okay? Like you guys know, I'm very transparent in these kind of things. When it's a stop loss, right? Why should you hide these kind of things? Good, then we have the next one. Let me do another line again when I send this out. This was also a blue list, if I'm not mistaken. Can't see, Jeff. Blue list. Yes. So Wednesday, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. There we go. This was the moment I sent this out. I was really paying attention here the moment I sent this out. Why? Because the market was really showing us that it was retesting and almost ready to move higher, and market did it. Okay, so 30 minutes time frame, engulfing candles, 50-minute time frame, same exact thing, engulfing candles. If you reacted here, you probably took a stop loss. Why? Well, pretty simple. I always put my stop loss below the low. This is 6.4. I would go for 8 pip. Like you can see, it just wicked down and then started moving higher. Okay, but market, what did I say again? As long as market keeps respecting structure, we can keep looking to follow that upside movement, right? We have a breakout to the upside, so we want to see the market going higher. So on that 50-minute time frame, after that spike that maybe took your first stop loss, we had a new opportunity where you could react around this area with a stop loss below the low, 15 pip, something like that, and then the 45 pip take profit. Like you can see, it was very close, but a 1 on 3 was definitely possible on that idea. Okay, so another take profit here, 3 take profits, 1 stop loss, and 1 trade not taken. That's basically what happens with the trades from last week. Okay, so that's it. If you have any questions, just shoot. I see a link here. Your opinions on this trade, Australian dollar. I think this is AUD NZD. Yes, sir. What is your opinion is the question. Let me check on my own charts. Yeah. AUD NZD was really giving us a lot of opportunities lately. Like you can see how beautiful the market is, just breaking, retesting, breaking, retesting, breaking, retesting, breaking, retesting. We had so much opportunity last week on AUD NZD to really take some sells out of this. But then, for me personally, I didn't trap it anymore the moment we were here because the market was doing a little messy here, but I 100% understand what you were looking for. So the market broke out, came back for the retest, and now you are reacting on that price action here. Is this bad? Absolutely not. This is looking pretty juicy, to be honest. Okay? That's a sad one. Indeed, yeah. So this was yeah, spread our that's sad. All right, this happens, of course. We have between, for the people who do not know this is of course Brussels time zone. So between 11 and 12 midnight, let me do it like this. There we go. We have spread hour. What does this mean? This basically means that all the systems around the world of the financial markets are shutting down and restarting, okay? Because of that reason, the spreads go insanely high. Sometimes you will see spreads from 20 to 30 pips. Sometimes it's only 5 pips. Depends on the pair, of course. But at that moment, you want to be very careful if you are still running trades, because that spread could kick you out while still the market goes in your direction, okay? So what I personally do, I remove my stop loss. I put it way higher, or you can delete it. That's 100% your own choice. Of course, like you guys know, I don't give you any financial advice here. I'm just educating you how you can use my strategy, how you do it with your money, with what kind of risk or how much you're putting in. That's 100% your own decision, okay? But if you're running this, it's better to just, when the spread hour kicks in, put your stop loss higher or delete it, and then after spread hour ended, you can put your stop loss back in place, okay? So you do not get kicked out while the market still moves in your direction. So it is a pretty good and solid price trap or price action here to sell this market, but it's sadly that you forgot to remove your stop loss. Always make sure, what I personally do, I put an alert at 10 o'clock, 53. I don't know why 53, but that's what I'm doing for years already. But at 53, my alert goes off, or my alarm, not an alert from TradingView or that kind of stuff, just my alarm from my smartphone. And then I start removing stop losses and so on and so forth, if it's necessary, of course. Sometimes it's not necessary if your trade is running deep in profits. So why 53 and why not 58, for example? Because most brokers do not allow you to remove stop losses after 55. The moment 55 kicks in, everything got shut down from the brokers. That's the reason why sometimes you are not able to remove your stop losses between 55 and 11, okay? So that's an important one to know, that you are before 55 to remove your stop losses. Most of the time, I have enough with 2 minutes, and that should be good. If you want more time, you can just do it on 10:50 or something like that, okay? So I hope that helps. This little tip helps you to get better with that, okay? So good. Let's take a look what the market has to offer. Maybe you guys have some. Yeah, indeed. It's 5 minutes before 11 that the market closes. So for the people who are watching the recording in the chat box, same to me, wanted to remove it at 10:55, and it's sad the market was closed. Indeed, it's 5 minutes before 11 that they already close out. Okay, so please be aware of that. Same thing after spread hour. I think it's only possible from 12:05 that you can remove everything again. Okay, so be aware of that. If you have any price traps, if you're looking at any pairs, let me know in the chat box, and we can watch over that. You see, I do already have some flags ready. This is from yesterday, of course, so we can just take this over. So this was one, okay. There we go. This is a price trap I'm looking for. It broke out. So now we are looking for what? The retest, of course. I want to see it going deeper, okay, before I would be interested. Then we have the next one. Oh, this is still consolidating. Yesterday I saw some good price action. Whew, look at that. USD JPY, what a run. Beautiful. So AD USD, this is how I trapped it. So we had the high, we have the low. There we go. Like this. I gotta be honest, the last 2 weeks the markets are pretty messy. But right now here with AD USD, I was already looking for entries here. Why? It's pretty simple. Look at that 1 hour push here, 30-minute time frame push, 50-minute time frame push. This is a break of structure on the 5-minute time frame. So if you take a look, this one here, breakout, retest. Here it was a beautiful reaction, but market is still consolidating. So let's see where we will get. If the market decides to go lower, again, as long as we keep respecting that structure, we can still look for up moves, okay? So this zone is definitely also a zone that you can watch if the market decides to go a little lower, okay? So that's for AUD USD. Let me first check AUD Canadian. I personally don't like it. It was a breakout retest from one of my price traps I shared with the community. So this should be running. Yeah, there we go. You see, I'm not lying. Beautiful, 80 Canadian. It is running. I did warn you, bro, for 80 Canadian. We are at some strong demands, so partials is pretty good. What do you do if you have a euro long trade and see also a potential euro sell trade on the same pair or different pair? Like euro USD and euro NZD or euro USD and euro USD? Because if it's on the same pair, that's not really what we wanna see, of course. What's this? Euro AUD. Yeah. Pretty good, pretty solid, but that's not it's just simply a stop loss. It was pretty obvious that the market wasn't really showing you downside movements because of this massive rejection, but I gotta say it's a good reaction. It's a good reaction. It's just a stop loss. Okay. Different pair, no worries. Just go for it. Personally, I don't really look at that. So that's 80 Canadian, 80 USD, 80 NZD I'm leaving, 80 CHF, yeah. That's one from yesterday also. So we have some good structure here. We can trap it. Euro, and which is it, like Euro USD, for example, and Euro NZD, or Euro USD and Euro pound, or what pairs are we talking about? We got to be careful here with 80 CHF. We are going against, yes, Euro USD and Euro AED. These are two totally different pairs, in my opinion, because the AED is more active in Asia, and USD is a massive New York pair. All right. So if something happens with AED, it doesn't really affect Euro. So Euro USD could, for example, keep on dropping. There was bad news on AED, so Euro AED could rise up like crazy. Okay. So I personally am not really busy with correlation, okay? I just know, like, I need to be aware if I'm, for example, reacting on all GPY pairs, all in the same direction, that I'm risking a lot on one same pair. You know what I mean? But I'm not really busy with correlation and that kind of stuff. That's something I've never done. So, and I'm doing this for years already. Good. What I wanted to say about ADCHF, so we have that downtrend. Do you see that? This is pretty obvious that the market is downtrending, right? So we got to be aware that if the market gives us that deeper retest, that's what I'm searching for, that if that there is a possibility the market will just continue following that trend, of course, but we do have some good movements that we can use till that supply zone here. Okay, so that's basically what I'm looking for. But of course, we need to have some good price action there. Let me check. What's this? Oof, I don't understand this price trap. What is this? Euro pound. This is, yeah, I personally don't really understand why you drew this one here. I just reviewed euro pound, right? So you should know what I would be doing there. So this first reaction was good. I told you also this was basically a stop loss, but still this was a good one. I don't understand why you put your resistance here. Let me explain why. Because if we take a look and we just follow structure, sometimes it's just good to do that for yourself to have a visual like how structure is moving. So this is a low, this is the lower high. This is the lower low. This is again lower high. This lower high create this lower low. You see, this is just like some messiness in between. I would never use this as a resistance zone. I would use this as the resistance zone because this was the last lower high and then we had the lower low. You got to see it like this high, lower high, lower low, excuse me. Lower high, this, no lower low, lower low. Okay, this is the high. You know, I hope this makes sense. It's pretty, it's a hard chart. I gotta be honest there. Good. So let me check what's happening here. Oh, Euro 80. Did we got Euro 80 also? Ah, we did. And I didn't review. Okay. Let me first do Euro USD here. What was I looking for? I gotta think. Let me check my chart that I shared in our community. Sometimes all these pairs. This was what I shared yesterday. Yeah, I know already. There we go. So I trapped this one, this small one. I was really looking to get like that small breakout retest to then go to demand zones. But at this point, I would be looking for upside movements because look at this uptrend, okay? So I want to follow that trend. So there we go. I will draw it like this just to make it clear. Oof, we have the engulfing. 30-minute, 50-minute. What's the 5-minute doing? Are we breaking? Yeah, almost. Yeah, we are breaking. So that's looking pretty good. What's this? A beautiful live example. That's nice. So price action is in place here. We are at our demand zones. Basically, we will have a FIP level. There we go, 61 FIP. So that's looking good. So this could be one. All right, let me first check where we could put our entries here. Potential entries. Okay, let me put a line on this. 5-minute. Even this one here or this. Let me just check how this fits with that 1 hour. The entry. Yeah, personally, this fit level. In that 30-minute, I want to check it. All right, this could be a good entry around this area with around 15 pip stop, something like that. 45 pip take profit, which is beautiful because it just goes to the supply where the market broke out. If you have seen the price trap I shared in my community, this is basically the support zone where we would be looking for the retests. So this could be a beautiful live example here for Euro USD. Let's see. We shall see what the market will do with this. Okay. So then Euro AD was also a price trap from last week. If you are a price action trader, this never should be an entry because look at this massive push to the upside. If you are looking for limits or using limits, this is a straight stop loss. Okay, so that's for Euro AD. I cannot say more about that, of course. Right now I'm gonna leave it. I don't like the price. Euro Canadian also, nope. Look at that. This is a chart where you want to stay away from. All right, look at this. This is not, this is just ugly. If you then look at Euro USD, look at this good trend. All right, I like it. AD USD, a little bit the same, but still moving up. So let's see where we will get with that one also. So there we go. Nope, 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 no price traps. I know there are not a lot of price traps today because, like I said, the market isn't really the most beautiful or the most easy markets. Yeah, that was what I was looking for. I will have to go over Forex Factory definitely because it's an important week this week. So I was looking for a retest here. We already got the retest. So normally you should be running this one already. If you're not, do not FOMO yourself in this. So no, I'm not even gonna, or yeah, I am gonna share it because we do have a good new resistance zone. I wanted to say like I'm not gonna even share it because otherwise people will try to FOMO themselves in this trade. But I would be looking for a new breakout retest of that resistance zone if you're not running it yet, okay? If we go lower, this is of course our low we want to focus on for a breakout from that uptrending movement, okay? So, or this is happening, or we can basically look at this, okay? So that's GU. G-Shell is ugly. Nope, nope, nope. That's not it. As the USD, I don't like the chart anymore, so let me just delete it. we could go for USD Canadian. If you have any price traps you're like, I like this one, why aren't you trapping this? Let me know. But sometimes, yeah, it's just experience. All these years I've been in these charts, I just leave it alone, and it would be nice here with the breakout retest to the upside to go to that supply zone, or maybe just breakout retest and follow up that downtrend. See you tonight, bro. Have a good day. That's USD Canadian. There we go. USD CHF, nope. USD JPY also, nope, nope, nope. Nope, that's not it. That's also not it. Yeah, gold. Well, I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it. How many price traps do we have? 2, 4, 6. 6 price traps. Yeah, that's enough. We don't need more. If you take a look at our price traps from last week, what was it? 3 take profits, 1 stop loss, 1 trade not taken, and then Euro AUD. Yeah, that was just messed up. Normally shouldn't be a stop loss if you are reacting with price action, of course. But now we have exactly the same amount of trades. So, like you guys know, it doesn't necessarily has to be 10 price traps, 15 price traps. No. Sometimes you just need 1 or 2 trades a week to have your weekly goal inside. All right. So this is everything we got. So Euro USD, I told you guys this could be a beautiful live example. We are really breaking that 5-minute structure right now. No, I'm really taking it. I'm really going for it because this one is looking pretty good. Okay, so that 5-minute is really breaking out of that structure. I'm looking for that 30-minute engulfing, you know, to find a reaction. Let's not let's hope, but let's see if the market will trigger this entry, yes or no. If it doesn't trigger, if the market takes off without you, it is what it is, right? Leave it alone. Okay, there will be more opportunities this week, don't worry. Okay, so but this is a beautiful live example. Then we have GU. This one takes off already, so I wouldn't be reacting. Your entry would be on this retest, not on this one, because that's pretty late. And then we have USD Canadian waiting for the breakouts. Okay, the average win rate with my price traps at this moment, around 75-80%. Pure price action based. Okay, I know when I was doing limits, it dropped a little bit, my win rate, but I wasn't really. I created a more passive entry strategy on price trap. If you want to learn it, you got to be in the Discord for that. But I personally just like to react more on price action. Okay, but just remember, if you have a 1-on-3 risk to rewards, you don't even have to have that kind of win rate. You know, like if you only have, for example, let's just say 4 out of 10 of your trades are correctly, just do the math, okay? You lose 6 trades. If you're risking 1%, that's minus 6%, right? But then you're winning 4 trades. You're risking 1%, you're making 3 every single trade. So 4 times 3, how much is this? Someone helps me? Help. No, I can't calculate, of course. I just want to make sure you guys are awake. How much is 3 times 4? 4 times 3. There we go. So you have 12% profit, guys. So what does this mean? With only a 40% win rate, 4 out of 10 of your trades, you can still have 6% profit. And believe me, 6% can be a lot. Ask your bank. So always remind yourself this fact. So you will be more calm if you have, for example, 4 stop losses in a row. This can happen, okay? If you have these 4 stop losses in a row, you know, like, I just need to play out my edge. If my edge plays out, I know in the end, I will end up in profit because of the risk management and my risk to reward. But this is so important. Risk management and your risk to reward. If you're not paying attention and you're just doing something like this, I'm going to go for 2% risk, and this one I'm doing 3%, and this one I'm going for 1%, you're messing up your edge. always the same amount of risk, always the same amount of risk to reward, and you will see how that will play out. You will be way more calmer than FOMOing yourself, panicking yourself into the charts. You know, trading is a lot about mindset. So work on it. Voila. 6 price traps. I'm going to share them, of course, into the Discord channels. Right now, I'm going to go over crypto. Let's see what happens. It's a long time ago that I've went over crypto, 2 weeks ago, because of the session last week I wasn't able to do. But what happened? What was the last time we went on the session together was, let me check it. 28, nope. 21. So that's here. Oh, we were already hitting all-time highs. Okay. So that was the situation. Good. What are we seeing right now? Basically, we are seeing some healthy retracements. We have pushed through the all-time high here, and now we are getting that retest. If we take a look at the 4-hour time frame, we are creating some downtrending structure here. The daily is still uptrending, of course. We are at some very strong demand zones. I gave this zone to the community in the Discord that this was a beautiful zone to look at, to buy, or to day trade this. And if you take a look at that 1-hour time frame, you see that we have like this uptrending movement here. We gotta pay attention, of course, because if the market gets back to that 4-hour supply zone that is sitting right here, that we gotta break through that. Okay, it's basically all this zone. Okay, we gotta go through that to go higher again. Okay, now basically we see that this is a kind of breakout retest on the daily time frame. But at this moment, I'm still bullish because of the higher time frames. This lower time frame is if the 1-hour time frame can still hold these higher highs and higher lows and breaks through that support zone, supply zone, excuse me, then I see the market keeps going higher and rising. If you want to spot the drop early, you just want to focus on this structure here. Okay, if the market starts breaking through that structure and giving you that retest with a lower high, there's a very high possibility that the market will get back to the 97 zone. Okay, so this demand basically, like this, could be retested. Okay, so that's a little bit my vision for Bitcoin. We can go both directions. We can just follow that massive move to the upside, or we can start retracing deeper into these levels. If we take a look at Ethereum, we had such a strong push. We are at some very strong supply zones, so we gotta pay attention here. A little bit same thing. If we take a look at that lower time frame, the 4-hour is now breaking that structure, creating equal lows. So this is looking bearish in my opinion. But it all depends. If we now with that 1-hour time frame, if we get a retest to the downside, we need to respect demand. If we go higher, we need to break through that supply. If we do not break through this, we can go lower. If we break through this, you will see the market doing something like this. Okay. If we do not do or do not break through that, we can respect supply and go all the way lower again. If not, these are like basically the next movements I expect in the charts. Okay. I'm still pretty bullish on all these pairs because of that massive breakout. As long as we keep respecting these higher lows, I keep seeing the market going higher. Okay. So this was also what I shared with you guys, or we can retrace, or we will just shoot up. That's what happens. We shoot it up. And if we take a look at the altcoins chart, we basically just have a breakout retest of this beautiful resistance zone. So let's see if we can hold it, yes or no. If you take a look at all the other alts, we are basically all doing the same, breaking and retesting, breaking, retesting. Stellar, breaking, retesting. If we go lower, Cardano, breaking, retesting. Solana, breaking, retesting. Everything is the same. This is a very, very interesting chart here. We broke a lot of structure. Just say, do your research, because this could be massive. But then, of course, we need to see that beautiful altcoin push, or alt season, like a lot of people love to call it. Okay, that will be it. Are there any more questions? If not, I'm gonna leave it with this. And then we see each other back next week, of course, for some new price traps. and to see what the price swaps have done from this week, right? Good. Thank you all for being here. I wish you all a beautiful, beautiful week. I will share the price swaps in the Alpha Charts channel on the Discord. And of course, also the recording will be posted on my YouTube channel. So everyone, enjoy your beautiful day, and we see each other back for the people in the Discord tomorrow morning, for the people in the Telegram channel next week, Wednesday, 8:30 a.m. All right. See you soon. Ciao, ciao.